Did it work? Oh, it worked. Ooh, the light went on. That's good. The next step, we've got Maxell normal bias 90-minute cassette tape. This is like the cheapest, pretty much in most readily available blank tapes. You can get packs of them on Amazon or at your local Radio Shack. I'm just kidding. If you really want to get crazy, you can go on eBay and look for used tapes. Especially you can get higher quality tapes. You can get like the metal ones and the Type 4s and all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna try this. I have not recorded on 4-track in a while. Very often I like to, one of the most common, just because it's easier, one of the more common recording methods I'll use is I just record on the DAW, but then I'll bounce like a final mix back down to a tape, or either straight into the tape deck or even onto VHS tape. But it's been a long time since I've done this, so I'm a little rusty. So I'm like dusting this off. This is like, it's like dust everywhere. But I wanted to, I came up with an idea for a new album, a new project that I want to work on, and I thought, I'm gonna have a little digital detox, and film it digitally while I'm saying that. But I'm gonna have a little digital detox, at least in the recording process, and just go back to good old tape and see how it sounds to get some of these blown out. I'll get the tape compression sounds in there and stuff. Tape emulators, they can get the job done, and you can make the argument of like, will anybody really know the difference? Will anyone notice? But even maybe more important is, will the artist notice? Will the producer notice? Because it's kind of all about just having fun with what you're doing and enjoying whatever gear you're using and enjoying the process of making things. So there's just times I've felt better about something I made because I knew like I took a harder route to make it, to make it, and this is one of those times, I guess. This is really dusty, and it's a new song I just barely wrote, so I haven't even played it once yet, so I'm just gonna like play things, and there's not gonna be a metronome or anything, and I'm just gonna see what happens. But I have these. There's some Tascam studio headphones. It's like $20. So the headphone jack does need this adapter, which is like a 1/8 to a 1/4. Is that right? 1/8 to 1/4 adapter. If we look here for a sec. We've got this where we can record in mono here, if we want to, which is kind of cool. But yeah, this is the Tascam Porta Studio 4-track, which I've had for many years. Always turn everything up to max volume. That's the professional way to do it. There's a guitar here. We're using the Les Paul today. We do have a pick on here, and that's nice. And so the guitar can go directly in, but we don't want that, because we want to pick up this amp. It's kind of a matter of preference too, because there's times when you want, it's nice to get the room sound at times, but it's also a kind of a unique, cool sound, like the guitar going direct in. You can see the lights here. It's in the red. Especially if we go turn on the overdrive channel, it's in the full red. But it's kind of nice to get the full, you can, you could like, you can go like this, and then, let's see it here. You can go like this, and you get the, you can get them in like what they think the sweet spot, like at 0, but it's kind of nice to get it up higher. And this is already at 6 when we're only halfway up, but I like to go, we can go even higher. But maybe we'll just go to that. Maybe let's do 7. A lot of the time you can kind of, it depends on what you're doing, and this is pretty high gain that I'm doing right now. Turn the reverb off. I'm trying to decide if I want to do reverb on this track too. But I think we will. Sure. Maybe, yeah, we'll do Yeah, it'll do that. So the cool thing about doing this is it's very limiting. With digital, you can just add infinite tracks. You can make a song with 100 tracks or whatever. Which is really great. It allows for so many possibilities. But the tendency is to you can kind of lose track of what's most important if you do that. And so what's most important, pretty much, is always the songwriting. That's just the way it is. And you can spend like however much endless time making things that are just vibey or whatever, and that's a lot of fun too. And you can make like whatever, but ultimately it is about songwriting, pretty much at the end of the day. And nothing will help you learn more about how to become good at songwriting than recording this way, recording like on a 4-track. But you need to be able to make a song that sounds good and have it be mixed well and have melodies and lyrics and everything. But you only have 4 tracks, so you can do like with this song I want to do. It's basically there's not going to be able to be any. There's just going to be 2 guitar tracks, 1 vocal track, and 1 drum track, I think. I think I might use my drum machine for the drum track. I'll either use like the drum machine or possibly like a Casio for a drum track. When you have this few options, it forces you to focus on the core songwriting principles and what's most important in putting everything into those few tracks instead of spreading things out too much. And so you'll learn like what makes good lyricism and writing lyrics that are impactful, and also oftentimes what I like quick lyrics that try to say a lot in a few words, but also not just saying like a surface level thing, but words that are multi-dimensional. A really good song is one that a person can people of all levels can approach and hopefully enjoy. So a song, a person can listen to a song and they can just enjoy it for the surface level or sort of exoteric things that it's talking about. Whether it's a song like, I'm not going to reference any modern musician songs, but if it's just a song about like breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or if it's a song about like having a party and feeling good, or anything like that, a really good song can be interpreted on the surface level, but it can also be interpreted at multiple levels, and you can go more into the depths of what the song may be about symbolically, and it's holistic, I guess. It's holistic in that sense that a person with any level of wisdom can understand the song, but people perhaps with deeper levels of wisdom will get more out of it, and then because they'll resonate with maybe some of the more mature or more complex themes you might be discussing, and you can take those themes and you can still put them into like a seemingly basic like pop song or a party song or whatever it happens to be. So this isn't to get too much into like songwriting lessons or anything, but I'll give this a try, and then I'm just going to start with a guitar track. A lot of people like to start with drum tracks. That's okay. I'll probably do like 1 guitar track, then maybe a vocal, then maybe the 3rd guitar, and then drums last. In this project, I was hoping to do, a whole project, at least 1 album, hopefully all on tape, and just with this Porta Studio, which I really love this thing. I got this, I got this a long time ago, like many years ago, back before they got really expensive, and this was, I don't even remember, it was probably like $50 or less when I bought it. But they, a lot of these go for like many hundreds now. They've shot up in popularity, but it still works, I think. We'll see, but I think it still works well, and there's something cute about these. The technology, it's very cute. It's the way, it's like the whole look of it and everything, so I like it a lot. This will be a new direction to go in and to just spice up the process and also spend a little time away from the DAW. So I guess we'll try to record our first track now. Tuning helps. Just give you an example of what this sounds like. We'll do a test track. This is always good. Do a tone and check out the tone and see how it comes out before you play through a whole thing. And just one of the sounds I'm going for with this record is I want to have 2 guitar tracks going pretty much throughout, where one guitar will be like a dirty, raw punk guitar, and the other guitar will be like a jangly, like reverbed, like 60s kind of, or like 2010s, like indie rock jangle chorus type of sound, and have those two kind of interacting. And so I'm going to start with the distorted guitar track. Alright, so we just did a test track. Now we're going to rewind it and see what happened. Yeah, it's definitely crunchy. Definitely crunchy, but I kind of like it. Maybe turn the crunch and distortion down just a little bit. But the cool thing about doing this also is when you work like this, you have to know the sound that you're getting when you put it in, because you can't edit in post. So you have to make sure that you're getting the exact sound and tone and everything that you want on the first, hopefully as much as of the first take or the first try that you can. I think I'm gonna go with that tone, but I'm just maybe turn the distortion down just a little bit. The feedback was really like blasting out the tape, but I kind of like that. Alright, haven't even played this song ever. It's never been played once, so we can now listen back to this again and see how it sounds. Yeah, and I know I could be putting this audio direct in and stuff and getting way better audio for you to listen to for this, but it's not really too much work. And I can turn that up. So you can hear a lot of fuzz, a lot of distortion. Yeah, so just a couple things. They're like basic things, but one is every time you record over a track, it kind of degrades the quality of it a little bit, which is kind of cool. In many cases, it makes it sound better. But another thing is, so this was track 1. We put it to track 1 here. We didn't pan it, but I'm going to pan it this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan one guitar all the way to the left and one all the way to the right. So I'll just show you. Right here. You know, this is track 1 we're doing here. And I'm going to pan, let's see. I think this guitar track will go all the way into the right track. Yeah, we could also turn this down and crush the tape out a little bit less because we're kind of overdoing it. Maybe a little bit, but no, we're not. Is that what it was? And where's my phone? Another thing I do often is if a melody arrives, then I just use the voice recorder on my phone and I just record it really quick. Alright, so that's just, I think I know what I'm doing. It's good to know what you're doing if you can, but sometimes you don't know what you're doing and then it still works out. That's a track. I mean, we did do a track. How do I feel about it? Yeah, so we'll see. We'll listen back to it. It is very crunchy and distorted. I think we're just gonna do a vocal track next. Yeah, this isn't gonna be like, you know, shiny YouTube video-y thing with all the right edits and everything. It's just gonna be one thing, and I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna, you know, create do all like performing and everything. You know, you've seen all those YouTube videos of like people. They're always like doing this with their headphones and they're singing and they've got like the pop filter in front of them and everything. Yeah, it's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be really haphazard. Yeah, so we've got this here. I'm kind of tempted to use crappier mic. This one. I have this mic, which is like, it came to me as like it's almost like a karaoke mic, but it's not even. It's your typical, sure, 58. Everyone uses the 58 all the time, and it's good. It's a good mic. But I'm gonna try this one, and I'm plugging it into a reverb pedal I have here. So many chords, all tangled up. So many chords. Got like headphone chords, guitar chords, computer charging chords, phone chords, AC adapter chords. The list goes on. This is like this kind of. Does it even? It doesn't even fit in this mic stand because this is like a generic mic. It's so off-brand that it doesn't fit any of the typical, just regular sizes of anything. Like, but maybe that's fine. We could just hold it. I guess we could hold it. It literally doesn't fit into the size of a just regular mic stand. It's pretty crazy. I gotta just show you this. But this is what the floor looks like right now. Just like a friggin' clusterfuck of chords. And I'm not gonna untangle them either right now. It's too much. Okay. What's the thing? It's another issue. Yay, issues. I think it might be dead. Damn, it's dead. If you smack it, keep smacking it so it does something. I spilled drink inside of the amp a while ago, and it went into the inputs inside, and then it wasn't working, and then the next day it just worked again. So it's like, oh, it's fine. But maybe that's what caused it, and now it's back to not working again. But we're gonna have to use this other amp. It's a lot more worse or better sounding. It's kind of subjective, I guess. But we have, do have this pedal, so we're gonna want to put the pedal. So you see, that's the kind of yeah. I mean, you can trace it much older back than that. You know, but I call it like 2010s, like jangle indie. But it goes, you know, 80s or even further, 60s further back. But and the effects should be all the way up. So, hello, which one is that? That's mod. Yeah, let's do mod. This is mod setting. I can just show you from here. This is the pedal. It's on mod setting, but there's a mod. There's a few different settings. There's like church and set. Plate. Check, check, check. Oh, I hear it. Oh, that's nice when you hear it. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of low hum, maybe, but that you would probably typically want to take out with like a low or a high pass filter type of thing, but I guess that's fine. We put it to track 3, which we're going to pan and center. We should have turned this down maybe. We're going to plug the mic into here and amp or mic the amp. We're going to mic the amp. We're just literally putting this other mic, like next to it. And we don't have a mic stand for it or anything. Maybe we'll just hold it like, we'll just put it like that. That might, we'll see how that works. Okay. This was a good idea. Maybe not. Oh, once again I did that wrong. It's too many plugs. Even though it's like literally 2 plugs. It's literally 2 plugs. It's two is too many. I think this is the point where we give up. Why does it keep doing that? But like there's so many potentialities of where the connection could be going not good too. It's totally fucked. I'm not saying that. I've never seen it do that before. Can't go back to the way things were. You know, it seems like a total waste of time to do this and then fail, and then when I could record the song in like 2 minutes on the computer. But I'm almost willing to keep trying out of principle. So we're going to try to throw in a drum track. I did it kind of backwards. It's kind of good to do drums first, so the song is on tempo and everything, but that's alright. So there's like kind of patchy headphone connection and kind of patchy AC adapter. We were recording the drums and then they were maxing out, going past being too high on here. Blanking on the term for that right now. It goes into the red too much, and it was cutting out all the other sounds, so we figured that out. How'd it go? Extremely rough. It's basically like a learning curve using gear. If you don't use it for a while and you don't remember what you're doing, it's like it's kind of hard to get into it again. But then once you get everything exactly the way you want it and you're used to it and you repeated it enough times, it stops being, you don't have to think about it, it becomes subconscious, and then you just plug in and play. What I feel like most of us are already conditioned into with working on the computer or the phone, and so it's nice to try to recondition yourself back into using other gear that you haven't used in a while, or maybe gear that you've never used, and then try to get back to that point where you don't have to think about the recording process, because that's the most important thing. Is you don't want to be thinking during the recording process, and you don't want to be worrying about which plug goes where, which button to press, all that. You want to have all that stuff just ready to go, so as soon as you have the song, or as soon as you feel like recording, you just press play, and then it goes smoothly, unlike this time. But perhaps we'll keep working on refining this process and smoothing this out more in the future. I guess I just thought I'd share a little window into some of my random gear nerd hobbies and process, and yeah, that's about it. Peace. I could have done the exact same thing that I just did. I could have done it in just a few minutes on the computer, and most likely I would have performed better. What ended up taking several hours this way. Kind of makes me think about, as much as we try to capture different retro futures, it would have just sounded better, most likely, at the end of the day, if I did it on the computer. It just would have sounded way better. But it's all subjective. It depends on, you know, how lo-fi you want it to sound. But I'm not giving up on my 4-track. I'm going to keep recording on it. So maybe this was educational or enlightening in some way towards home recording or whatever, or maybe it was just maybe partially entertaining, just watching me fail at this recording process. But either way, hope it was worth your time. We're bouncing it from the 4-track to the tape deck. And now we're bouncing it from the tape deck back into the computer, and typically I do that with this audio interface. Yeah, I am definitely not the most observant person towards chord etiquette. I'll be the first to admit, but I did consolidate my chords one day, and I put this bag, it's like a bunch of chords. You know, people who have like real studios, they'll put like, hang the chords on the wall, and they'll like label everything and all that. I ain't get time for that. I have time to label everything. Yep, so we're gonna use the audio interface. So we're gonna plug this into the headphone out. We have this audio interface here, mic 1. This is like a USB thing, so it goes right into the computer. So we're just opening up a new project in GarageBand, and then we're plugging the audio box into the USB port, selecting that as the input on a blank empty track. We're just gonna play the tape, and it should go straight from there into there, and then into the computer. So we bounced it to the computer, and added a couple tracks, and now we have kind of maybe demo-y mix type thing.